President Trump is raising the stakes with Iran after yesterday's historic peace talks in Pakistan ended with no deal. In a Truth Social post and in an interview on our Sunday Morning Futures, the president said the U.S. Navy will soon blockade the Strait of Hormuz, and he accused Tehran of refusing to back down on its nuclear ambitions. Alex Hogan is at the White House with more. Alex.
Hi, John. That's right. So the president today made that major announcement that the U.S. Navy will start blocking passage through the Strait of Hormuz, and it will also be clearing the critical waterway of mines.
We're not going to let Iran make money on selling oil to people that they like and not people that they don't like or whatever it is. We have highly sophisticated underwater minesweepers, which are the latest and the greatest, but we're also bringing in more traditional minesweepers. And so I understand is the UK and a couple of other countries are sending minesweepers.
Vice President J.D. Vance and the rest of the U.S. delegation are on their way back from Pakistan. 21 hours of talks and still no deal. The main sticking point, the country's nuclear capabilities.
So the president is doing what's necessary to accomplish the main objectives here, and that has remained to make sure that Iran does not have a nuclear weapon and to significantly degrade their ballistic missiles capabilities.
Democrats argue that the administration should have seen this all coming.
This has been absolutely one of the reasons why for 47 years no American president took this action, because the Iranian regime's bad, but we know they were going to take those, close the strait and go after the Gulf allies.
So the president has said that this could mean that hostilities could resume. There's, of course, a lot of questions, John, about what this will mean for the future of this very delicate ceasefire. We know that President Trump is expected to be back here at the White House later this evening. John.
Alex Hogan at the White House. Alex, thanks. Fox News has learned that Iran did, in fact, plant mines in the Strait of Hormuz. American forces are preparing to start clearing them in the coming days. Now that peace talks have collapsed, here's President Trump this morning.
We have minesweepers there now. We have highly sophisticated underwater minesweepers, which are the latest and the greatest, but we're also bringing in more traditional minesweepers. And so I understand is the UK and a couple of other countries are sending minesweepers. But when somebody says, you know, we're going to drop a mine in the middle of the Strait of Hormuz, not much you can do to persuade a ship owner that has $1 billion ship that we're going to take a trip up the strait.
Retired U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel Darren Gaub joins me now. So this mine clearing effort, Lieutenant Colonel Gaub, what are the chances that the U.S. can totally clear all of these mines out of the Persian Gulf?
John, yeah, I think, again, one of the biggest questions here is about the psychology of the whole thing. There only has to be one mine for it to be effective, and that remains true. So the question will be, can we, with confidence say that we have cleared from one end to the other 100% and basically eliminated the risk for everybody that's going to be transiting the strait in general? Do we have the assets to do it? Of course we do. In time, you can guarantee 100% clearance. If the UK does send other assets, and maybe some other nations as well, all you're doing is speeding up that process rather than having it go a lot slower than it would be if we were on our own. Both are capable. One just takes longer than the other. This is a question of risk, of course. No one wants to be the first one through and to be able to find potentially that one mine that actually exists. And in that case, we go back to this is a game of psychology and risk and who will make the decision to go through first. I think they're all waiting for that 100% clearance.
Yeah, we've got a graphic that shows a little bit about how it works. The ship, the mine hunting ship, tows a cable under water that actually cuts the cable that moors that sea mine to the floor. They use the sonar to locate them, and they can either cut the cable or attach an explosive charge and blow them up. What about the criticism that you heard there in the opening to this report? Democrats are saying that the president should have anticipated that the mining would happen, and that's why previous presidents haven't gone after Iran.
Well, that's not the reason why previous presidents have not gone after Iran. There's a whole host of reasons why they didn't do that. But ultimately, this and the I can guarantee you they anticipated this event, because I've been part of planning cells that have dealt with what a conflict in Iran would look like at the Department of Defense level and a few other levels as well. And mining of the strait was one of the basic understandings that everybody had, was that they knew was a capability, along with Iran using things like speedboats and what the limited navy that they do have, to try to augment that and make it so that became the choke point and the leverage point that they could use against us. So I don't think that's an authentic argument from them to say that that the Trump administration didn't anticipate this. And that's just from where I'm sitting. I can guarantee you they knew.
If you can get the Strait of Hormuz open again, the oil starts flowing, starts going to the refineries, and gas prices really around the world come down, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the anticipation. Oil prices, again, are another risk factor, and it's a global supply, and the prices are set globally as well. And so you increase the supply, naturally the prices are going to come down, and everybody, that's all about what futures markets are about, is, what do we see coming, and we're going to put our money against that risk. So that would not be unusual or a surprise when prices go down. The question will be, will they stay that way, and what will become of the Iranian government after that? And will it become stable again, versus having something like this happen every few weeks or a month or so?
The U.S. Navy sent a couple of ships through the strait yesterday. Here's what the president had to say about their passage. Listen.
Yesterday, you probably saw, we sent two highly sophisticated, beautiful, brand new destroyers right through the middle of the strait. And nobody did anything to us, because what we do is we follow the weapon back. So it follows back, and it knocks out the people on the other side. Literally within 3 minutes, they're knocked out.
So if the U.S. Navy can go through there without harm, it seems to suggest that other ships are going to be able to do the same.
I think in time they will be able to. But again, it goes back to, can we guarantee safe passage, not only from seafloor-based mines or potentially rogue mines that may have broken away, but have we guaranteed that Iran can't reach out into the strait from shore-based assets that may be either buried or on the surface and able to reach out and attack these ships, missiles, drones, those kinds of things as well. If you eliminate all that risk, I think you're going to see things flow there very quickly, and then you change the equation again, and Iran has lost its only leverage point left.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Retired U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel Darren Gaub